Hey guys, Zeramus555 here. So as you can see, I'm just doing my deck profile on my 6 Samurais. Champs was yesterday. I did get second place. I lost to Gorilla in the finals with his Inzector deck. Sadly, he just derped me beyond belief because, obviously it's Inzectors. Um, it was best of 5. I won game 1. Game 2 and 3 I drew bad, he drew really good, and then game 4 I drew really good, but he had max C, and I kind of misplayed. I should have just made the Shien and brought out the Enishi and let him +2, but um, I just didn't want him starting off his hands with 8 cards and me only having 6, so I actually didn't do it. But I probably should have, because I had Judgment and Fiendish Chain set. I probably would have had game, and I think it was a really crucial misplay. So, but it's not a big deal. I think he probably would have won if he'd gone first game 5. We would have both been 2-2, and yeah, it would have been interesting though. But regardless, I did my best. I probably shouldn't have even topped. I just barely made top 4 on the bubble, and the guy who was 4-0 with Mystic Piper Chaos Norm, which I'll have his deck profile later on, he made a really crucial misplay that he would have actually beat me game 3. But yeah, other than that, I'll get down to the deck profile. I'm going to do this in 2 parts. I'm going to have the extra deck and side deck in separate videos, and I'll be talking about those. Other than that, basically make sure to check the part 2 out. I will be talking about the extra deck and choices I made, and the side deck especially. The side deck I learned a lot from because I made a lot of crucial mistakes. Cards I didn't even usually bring out a lot of the time. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get to the deck profile. So, 2 Kageki, 3 Kagemusha, 2 Elder, 3 Kizan, 1 Grandmaster, 1 Zanji, 1 Enishi, 1 Hand, 1 Spirit, and 2 Effect Failure. That's 17 monsters. On the spells, we've got 3 Asceticism, 3 United, 2 Dojo, 1 Gateway, 2 Smoke Signal, 1 Rota, Book of Moon, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn. And onto the traps, that's 15 spells. We got 2 Fiendish Chain, 2 Safe Zone, 2 Compulsory, and the Solemn Brigade. So it's a 41 card deck. I'm going to start off with the monsters. I'll talk about this a bit because I know a lot of you guys are going to have some questions about stuff I've changed. Basically, the reasoning for 2 Kageki is obviously, yes, Effect Failure is very popular in this format, but it's so much more consistent. Even if they Veiler it, you still have the Dojo plays with like Kizan and Grandmaster, and you can just get out the Kagemusha anyways, so it's a bit more consistent. And if they don't have the Veiler and you go Kageki, Kagemusha, and then Asceticism Kageki, you got a first turn Shien with Enishi, you have a really good first turn field. It's very hard for your opponent to come around. As you guys know, I was originally running 1, but I decided to cut Grandmaster down to 1. I don't really think he's worth it at 2. No one's really side decking Thunder King or maining them anymore. If Thunder King gets more prominence in the format, then obviously we'll go back to 2 Grandmaster, but no one's really playing Thunder King right now, so it's mainly because Inzectors poop on it. 3 Kagemusha, nothing to say there. 2 Elder, those are really good. This obviously is fantastic. In previous videos I was talking about how I think 1 Elder would be better, but you just need 2 of these. There's just so many cool combos you can do. 3 Kizan, 1 Grandmaster. As I said with Grandmaster, the reason I cut him down was basically just because I decided you don't need 2. 1's more than enough. It's just obviously a very good card. 1 Zanji, he put in so much work today. I love him. Or yesterday, I should say. I love him. He was very good. And obviously, MVP of the deck is Enishi. I've seen some Samurai players not running this. If you're not running this, I'm sorry, but you're just dumb. Because I hate saying that. I hate being, coming off as mean, but it's so good. It's a compulsory on basically either player's turn, and that includes the battle phase, end phase, standby phase, draw phase. It doesn't matter when you use it. Very good card. And all you have to do is remove 2 Samurais, which you're probably going to have 2 in the grave when you bring them out. So, Hand 6 Samurai, this is what I want to talk about. I decided to add her in as my 41st card. This is 41 card deck. Last minute. I think it was the biggest mistake I made, actually, the whole deck, is I just felt like, oh, I need something to get over big monsters like Golem and stuff, but there's so many times I had her in my hand, and she just sat there. She literally didn't do anything. I had her in my hand. There's a few times I went Kageki into her and then XYZ for like Invoker. I think I did that once, but most games I drew her, she just sat in my hand or she was dead. So she will actually be coming out of the deck to put it down to 40. I just decided to put her in last minute, and I think it was a kind of crucial mistake. I think I would have done better without her. I would have drawn into my more important cards faster. So should be coming out. You just don't need her anymore. You know, you have ways of getting around big stuff. Enishi, Zanji, Katastor, equip this to Shien, whatever. So she just wasn't useful, and she'll be coming out. I see now, after playing in a bigger tournament, it wasn't huge, but, you know, a bigger tournament than what I'm used to, that I see why Samurai players are cutting her down to 0, or just taking her out of the deck, basically. You just don't need her. And obviously, with Effect Veiler more popular in Priority Gun, she's not as good as she once was. Sadly, I like her because she's the only secret rare I have in the deck, but, you know, what can you do? Spirit, so good. You have to run this in the deck. It's amazing. Equip this to Shien. After they drop Gores and they don't know what to do. It's just so good. Or you get 2 bigger monsters. I actually did this to the Inzektor guy, and this is how I beat him in Swiss. I had this really good field, and then I equipped Spirit to Shien, and I attacked the other monsters, and he dropped Gores to protect himself, but then I just ran over the Gores and ran over the token, got a draw, and he just couldn't come back from it. So Spirit is so good. 2 Effect Veiler, I opted not to run 3, just because of our meta. Like, obviously it's a very effect heavy format, but I just decided to side deck the 3rd one, so that was kind of my initial choice. 3 Asceticism was fine. 3 United was fine. The 2 Dojos, I sided these out a lot, game 2 and 3, but it was great game 1. I'm actually very happy I mained it. I think I'll keep it in. Like, I was very tempted, you guys know, I was talking about taking it out to run a heavier trap lineup, but there were times in the day that I wish the Dojo, like, I'd top deck it, and I wish it was a Magatama or something, but early game is just too good, and then, like, you know, it just gives you a higher chance to open up with this and one of these cards, and you can just go off. Gateway, I actually drew it like 6 times all day, so that was awesome. 2 Smoke Signal, 1 Roto, nothing to say there. Book Heavy Reborn, nothing really to say there either. Excuse me, obviously, I'm not running Dark Hole. There's some times where I wish I was running it and I didn't side deck it, and I probably should have side decked it, so that's something I'm going to be doing next time. It's still good. It's just one of those good comeback cards you top deck or you have in your open hand, and, you know, they get over you and you just need something to come back and you get some big pluses off of it. Alright, so the traps. This is the biggest thing I want to talk about. I was originally going to be running 3 Fiendish Chain and a double-edged sword technique, but I decided last minute to try out the safe zones. So I cut out a Fiendish Chain and I took out the double edge. I don't regret taking out the double edge. I kind of regret taking out the 3rd Fiendish Chain. This card was really, really good yesterday, and obviously Sam's have a very hard time with effect monsters, so it just makes it more consistent. But you know what? The safe zone actually put in a lot of work, and I was really, really happy with its performance. It won me a few games. It, you know, let me stall a few games, which was really good. But all in all, the problem I have with Safe Zone is it's not aggressive enough, and it doesn't protect me against what I'm most weak against. It's very good versus Chaos Dragons. It's very good versus Heroes. It's not as good versus Inzektors. So, you know, I just decided it just wasn't worth the space. I decided it was worth the space last minute, and I put it in, and it was good. I don't regret it, but I'm still tempted to take these out again and main a 3rd Fiendish Chain and either Mirror Force or Double-Edged Sword technique. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think I should cut them out, or do you think I should keep them? I do like them. I think they're good, but I just don't think they're too passive-aggressive rather than just being either passive or aggressive. So that's the problem I have with the card. Compulsory. This card was fantastic. I decided to run it over Bottomless. This was mainly just because the thing with Bottomless is if you draw it after they have a big field presence, they have a big monster. This card's Bottomless is terrible. So, I still love Bottomless, as you guys know. I didn't run it. I kind of wish I had in sometimes, but, you know, this card was just so damn good that I just had to keep it in. And there was a lot of times, actually, yesterday where these would have been Bottomlesses, and my opponent goes, you know, first. He drops, like, a big monster like Golem, or, you know, Adrius or something in turn 1, or Zen mains. And if I'd drawn the Bottomless, it wouldn't have done anything. So I drew this instead, set it, and then let them go. They MST'd it or whatever. I chained, and they got a +1, and it was just so good. I loved it. So this will be staying in. It also helped me OTK a lot. I'd bounce the border like 1-set monster and go off. I'm kind of doing a video. Thanks. So last but not least was 2 Solemn Warning, 1 Solemn Judgment. You gotta run the Solemn Brigade. So yeah, guys, that's the deck. I was really happy with how I did. I obviously would have liked to win champs again, get my title back, but sadly, Inzektors, you know, even a gorilla can win with it. So goes to show you how stupidly retarded the deck is. I was really happy though. I beat a lot of the top tier decks that day, and compared to all the Chaos Dragons and like other heroes and other stuff that was there, I was very happy with my performance. I showed that Samurais are still a great deck. And yeah, if anyone has any questions about the deck, I know a lot about it. PM me or comment down below, and I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. So make sure to check out part 2. I'll have the extra deck and the side deck I'll be talking about. Other than that, the main thing is obviously Hand. She's coming out. She's not as good as she used to be, so she's gone. And basically, I want to let you guys, or I want your guys' opinion. Do you guys think I should keep the safe zones in? Or do you think I should cut them out, run a third Fiendish Chain, and double-edged sword technique? Or Mirror Force, either or. Mirror Force would have been really good in a couple of situations yesterday, and double-edge would have been nice too, just to get me more counters and stuff. So yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out part 2, which I'll have down below. And you guys have a good day. Peace.